Well, here we go for the second most important component in your boat, the motor and propeller. Really, they're two components, aren't they, not one. These are going to convert the electrical energy from your solar panel into a force to drive the boat along. The motor is specified for the junior division to be only a hobby motor of cost less than $5 Australian. The reason for that is to keep the competition available and open to primary schools without huge expense. Propellers, you can use anything you like. These work quite well, and you've got your choice of a two-bladed propeller, in this instance that I've got, or a three-bladed propeller. Now they have different loading characteristics on the motor, and we'll look at that later on. One thing to be very careful of is when you've mounted the motor and propeller in your boat, do keep them in alignment. If you've got misalignment, serious, it'll cost a lot of energy and the boat won't perform nearly as well as it could otherwise do. You can get away with a slight gentle bend. The soft rubber tubing will cope with that. The other thing to be aware of is don't push the tubing so hard onto the motor that it's touching the outer casing. It then jams and wastes a lot of your energy. When you've got it all mounted in the boat too, make sure the propeller is touching the end of the stern tube, which is this yellow tube here. We really want to take the thrust on the stern tube and not be pushing it up into the rubber coupling. Because if I push on the rubber coupling too much, it'll just bend out of the way and again cost me a lot of energy. We've got a couple of versions of stern tube available. We'll just take that apart so we can see it. This one has got two little bearings, one in each end. And as you can see, there's relatively thin steel shaft. Doesn't touch anywhere except in the bearings at each end. That means that if, when you're gluing it into your boat, this gets a bit bent with hot glue or anything, it'll still turn freely. The other version that's often used is just a single, fairly well-fitting piece of plastic. Again, this can be bent and it doesn't take much to take away a lot of your power. The other thing that can happen is if you've unfortunately bent your propeller shaft a bit, once it's in a very tight fitting holder, you've got no hope of it doing anything. So do be careful and consider whether or not the slightly bigger version with just the bearings at each end, which will let you get away with bent shafts and other things. Within reason, of course. There's always a bend that won't be tolerated by it, but even with the still slight bend, it'll still be okay. This motor, a little bit different to the one here. Lots of motors will do the same job. This has been mounted differently and it's purely for demonstration purposes. Because this is a boat that we often put together in front of students at workshops. As important as anything else, when this is sitting on your boat, you want the propeller to be just under the surface of the water, but you also want it to be as level with the water as you can because you want the boat to be pushed forwards by the propeller. If I was really silly and I mounted it like that on my boat, now that wouldn't be very clever at all. All it's doing is pushing the back of the boat up, not pushing it along. So do make sure when you install your motor and propeller that its propeller's just under the water and as level as possible. I should cover a couple of slightly more difficult items here. The speed that this motor will rotate at depends on the voltage. Now, here we go. Volts you may or may not have heard of. It's used a lot. The power in your normal house is 240 volts, which is quite a lot. These motors are running happily on 3.5 volts or 7 volts. If I double the voltage from 3.5 to 7, the motor will spin twice as fast. Now that has serious implications for your boat. If I spin the motor twice as fast, the propeller wants more than twice as much power. So later on, when we show you how to balance the loads, we'll have to remember this because we'll be wanting to slow the motor down. And you can see the difference it makes. As we did say, lots of motors are available to you, but be careful, not all of them are really suitable for this application, but those that are being sold by a number of the people that are supporting our competition, most of them will work well.